if you want to get started, we can get started. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know. They just told me again. I didn't know what time it started.
Do you care if we get started?
Yeah.
Okay. So just everyone sitting around here awkwardly. Awkwardly.
Yeah, that's good. You just put it on the table, that's fine. You don't have to.
Hey, Jaron. Obviously, they ran the ball more effectively than you guys would have liked. What happened? Was it a matter of trying to play uphill all night long with some of the early problems?
I think, obviously it's hard when you're coming, this is your first game. I mean, you got to prepare for a lot from what we've seen last year. They had 10, 11 games to go from, and in the off season, they can change the whole playbook. So we're just trying to watch film from last season and then try to make adjustments on the fly. And we were trying. There's a couple big runs that they had.
Oh my goodness, a lot of people here.
I felt like we did pretty good once we got them down. Like when our backs were against the wall, we started making some stands. But like you said, we gave up too many yards on the ground.
Did they wear you guys down a little bit too? It seemed third quarter they had a big late drive, and fourth quarter too.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think we're very well conditioned. Coach Miller and his staff do a great job. I don't know. I mean, things like that happen in the course of the game. I think all the players kept our heads up and we kept fighting. So.
Can you describe what it was like to play in front of fans and on what felt like a real game night again?
It was fun, very electric. And shout out to the fans that came and supported us through it all, stayed all the way to the end. That was a great feeling, something that we haven't had since 2019. So, just being able to throw your hands up and get the crowd going, I mean, that was great, great.
Syracuse is known for their pace, and I thought you guys did okay with the pace, and they're known for taking a lot of vertical shots. They didn't do much of that. Was their approach with them being patient with everything underneath and running the ball as much as they did, was that, I don't want to say unexpected, but kind of goes against what you guys looked at on film last year and things like that?
We kind of got a gauge, from practice, we got a gauge on the quick pass and the slants and hitches and stuff. So I thought we were doing a pretty good job of that early, and then I think it was like the third drive, second drive, they tried to open up, take a couple shots downfield, and they didn't connect. And I mean, when your run game is going, you don't have to do too much else. So I think that's what they were just relying on. 34 is a good back, and he made some plays happen.
How much does this one sting? It's the opener. Everyone's jazzed up to be playing again, and again, you guys were kind of out of it there down the stretch a little bit.
Losing always, it's always going to hurt. And if it doesn't, then you shouldn't be on the field. But we know this is a long season. 12 weeks, hopefully 13, 14, and this is just one step other way. And we know, Coach Alvin was telling us we're going to have adversity, whether it's his game, whether it's throughout the season. Adversity is going to strike, and how do you come back from that? So, how I just look at it, I've been here for a while now. We lost some games we should have won. We lost some games that it was looking tough from the beginning, and I think from now on, once you lose too, you got stuff to work on. So we come back next week and we just get after it.
How do you handle this adversity now?
Me personally, I don't think it's tough. We've all played sports long enough to where we've all lost games, and it hurts. We had a big Power 5 team come home. And we want to show out for the fans, show out for the city, and we didn't get it done. But I think we go back in, we work out. Starts tomorrow, getting in the training room, getting ready. All week, now we know, just ramp it up, just keep going.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
How much of a momentum swing was, and they kind of came in short order there, was the short field goal, the long run, and then the muff kickoff return? And did you guys feel like you were, I don't know, pushing the boulder uphill the rest of the way after that little sequence?
To a point, yes. But at the same time, I thought we moved the ball pretty well throughout the whole game, no matter the situation. And that's just the sense of what our team is like. You know, we didn't give up, and I think that we just didn't, finish to some of those drives.
Is there anything you can put your finger on in terms of the red zone today? Was there anything consistently that didn't go right?
Just having that awareness of where to throw the ball or where to run the ball. And that will just come with practice. We got a lot of great athletes that I know towards the end of the season and even next game for sure that we'll correct them in the red zone. I know we'll be better for sure.
Curtis, you guys only got 3 games last season. They got 11 games last season. It almost feels like it kind of could seem like you guys got robbed of a season of development and growth. Do you kind of feel like you were kind of stunted walking into this game, having only 3 games to go off of from last season?
I wouldn't really say that, honestly. I think that last year we were able to have a season, not a full season, but we definitely had those practice seasons that, the eligibility really didn't count when it comes down to that. And so for me, it was extra practice to get on the field. And I know, going into the start of COVID and everything, I didn't think that we'd even have a season, so that it was nothing but a blessing, honestly. And they would get more games, but we had the same or even more time to prepare for them. So, yeah.
Curtis, Jerome Buckner seemed to have a breakout game today at 102 receiving yards. What do you just say about how he was able to perform and make your offense kind of flow during some stretches today?
Yeah, I think he showed how good an athlete he is, and that when he's healthy, he's going to be good for us. And so, yeah, I'm very happy for him. I know he's been working hard to get back to full strength, and I'm looking forward to seeing him stay healthy and continue to help us out.
This is start number 4 for you, Curtis. Give us a grade. Give us a self-scout. What did you like about your game tonight? What didn't you like?
I think there's definitely some growing that I got to do, especially myself included in the red zone. I got to be able to do some more things. But I think if I'm getting a little bit better game by game, and that's all I can ask for. It's really easy having those super senior guys up front as well as on the outside to help me out and help me feel more comfortable. So I think I'm getting better each day, each game, but still got a lot to work on.
Curtis, we kind of saw you test your scrambling legs a little bit, early in the first half. Can you kind of talk a little bit about your development with that? How more comfortable are you with kind of, scrambling out of the pocket and kind of getting on that rush?
Yeah, it's definitely something that I've been working on for a while, and it's kind of just I was not thinking about going to scramble. I'm just reacting to everything, and so I'm happy if it works, obviously, and that whatever can help the team, move the chains and get touchdowns. That's all I can ask for.
You played I was going to say, this has been one of the best offenses, not just in the MAC, but in the country the last 5 to 8 years. You guys didn't find the end zone today. What does that say about where you guys are at right now?
I think that this game showed that, didn't show our full potential, honestly. I think a lot of our drives, we moved the ball really, really well, and we just couldn't finish. And so I think it's a much different game if we punched it in the end zone. And like I said, I think that's something we're going to work on. And I think that we'll get back to score more touchdowns.
You played a lot more tonight than you ever did last season. Does it feel any different in terms of momentum or physically just playing more game time overall?
Yeah, for sure. It's easy to get in the rhythm. But it's definitely, like I said, easier to stay in the game and be able to have that momentum to keep going. But the coaches put trust in me, my team put trust in me, and so if they call my name, I'm going to be ready for as long as they need.
Can you give us a quick thought about what it was like to play in front of fans again and what was a pretty good atmosphere regardless, but after last season?
Yeah, it's a huge change. Definitely the most I've played in front of by far. Way more than high school. Yeah. Yeah, it's the fans are great, and I'm loving the energy that they're bringing. And I hope that it continues because we're going to put on a better show for sure.
Did it feel anything at all like last year's games?
Not really, no. Didn't talk about the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely more
vibe,
electric.
all that stuff.
More electric, you know. You could definitely tell there was more, couple more thousand there. But yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Curtis.
We will start with an opening statement from Coach and we'll go into questions.
Well, as awesome crowd. Wow. I mean, wow. Great to see the hill packed and the student section. It was awesome. I wish we could have got everybody a victory, but that was pretty cool. So, on the game, hats off to Dino and Syracuse. Did a great job. Caught us off guard with, it's probably just running the ball. Sean Tucker, I mean, I looked him up after the game. He's a really, really good running back. Wow, he did a good job. You like to say, make a few more tackles, but he is something. Did a real nice job. I thought, the easy thing is offensively, we got to get touchdowns. We got to, we were able to get a couple touchdowns. I think that's going to tighten up the other side, Syracuse, and their play calling. We just couldn't get enough things done from that standpoint. But I told the team, we battled, they fought, and just couldn't get the touchdown to put the heat back on Syracuse. We had them on the ropes. I think we had them on the ropes about a couple of times and just couldn't punch it in. So.
Anything consistently show up in the red zone tonight, Tim?
There
were problems.
To be honest with you, they played a lot more too high shell than what we had seen. When the games that we studied last year were new DC and it's all ACC teams, and they had everybody in the box and played a lot of man. We had one snap of man coverage and got them on quarterback throwback. It's man coverage. Nobody hits quarterback, and we had some things, to attack that, and we were halftime made some adjustments. Drew him down the middle. I thought he had his best day. Sarah told me just from a stat standpoint, but he's been what a warrior. 2 surgeries in his first 2 years here, and this is his first year having an off season with Coach Miller. Thought he had a real fine game. I think he popped out, put it back in, and kept playing. So I'm very excited. The interception with Curtis. I mean, come on now. He's 3 games. This is his 4th game, right? And he's beating himself up on the pick, and then the series before that, we got a little bitty RPO thing with a little bit of a nice little slick draw, and it showed 0, and I was barking out to change it, and they unraveled and they dropped. It goes to drop 8. Curtis tried to do it high, but took care of the ball. But I think with experience, he's going to turn that into a quarterback draw, and it's going to be, we got the perfect call right there. We made this little chess game going on there with the young quarterback, and we're going to learn from it. And he was beating himself up, coming on the side and saying, "Hey, buddy, this is what happened, and you're going to live and learn from it." So I told the team that we could practice another 6 weeks and not get any better. It's time to play. We've been beating up our brothers for 5 weeks, and we played a game. I like what I saw. I know that's we're here to win games, and we will. But I will tell them this week that we played that first one. Now we're going to have our most improvement. It's going to be from our first game to our second game is what we're looking to get done. There's nothing out there that can't be corrected. What a bunch. This team's got great chemistry. I hit them hard with the character thing right at the end, and it's a good bunch. It's one at a time, 24 hours, 24-hour rule, win or lose. And we're going to correct them. And after 24 hours, we're on to the next one.
Did there was a sequence of plays there early, and it just seemed like that left you guys trying to get uphill the rest of the way. The short field goal, why not go for it there, I guess, on fourth down, and then just how big of a...
In the second half?
The first half.
Okay,
Your first drive.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 2,
Right.
you try the 50-yarder. Explain that decision, I guess, and then how big of a swing was the muff kick?
I thought it was a little longer than 2,
Yeah.
3. And Steven and Tristan have made, 55 consistently in practice. And, I just, I can sit here and say probably should have gone for it, especially now coming up about, 2 feet short, dead on. But I did tell Russ that in the radio that I probably should have gone for it right there. And we were almost in the exact same spot, maybe left middle in the third quarter on Jerome's on the 4th down, and just didn't go up with the catch in tight coverage, and got a catch bang deal, and it didn't work out on 4th down, and so I won't lose any sleep on missing the field goal, on that with the score of what it was.
And just how big of a momentum switch was the muff kickoff return? Your best
tough
there.
deal. How do you tell them in meetings, hey, this is the rule, but how do you rehearse it? How do you, hey, drop this, and then try to pick it up and fumble it in the back of the end zone? How do you tell them, that this is the rule. You just down the ball. He never had control of it, but to actually pull it off, you gotta drop it, which then you gotta fumble it twice, and then it go in the end zone. But he'll learn from it. And the right thing to do is kneel on the ball, get the ball, and he tried to bring it out, and it's a good defensive front, and couldn't get it out. Probably should have ran the quarterback. It was talked about. We ran the quarterback twice, on a little fly sweep thing, and that was the call, and that one will keep me up, because that will keep me up tonight.
The defense was pretty effective in containing Taj Harris for most of the game. What did you guys do right in just keeping him in check and ensuring that DeVito couldn't find him down deep?
I thought Ron and the guys on defense did a nice job mixing up coverages. I went down there and slapped him a couple times because I said Ron, that you're showing press man. They just looked at the sideline, and they let it rip, and our guys held up, and one of those stopped. They held him to a field goal down there. I think it was on the campus side, on the Sook Center side, and he had a too high shell. And I was like, Ron, they're gonna go, they're gonna run the ball here, and get fourth and short. And said it's too high shell, and they actually threw a pass, and we held him to a field goal. So they did a nice job. And just in the fourth quarter, they kind of wore down, and they were able to pop a couple runs there. Again, hats off to Vino and his football team. His physical bunch.
How'd you handle it? It was your first game. I'm sure you were jacked up and ready to go. Did it meet expectations? Did you hyperventilate? Was it no big deal?
I'll be honest with you. I brag on the staff. You guys are phenomenal. We have older guys that we've been together for a long time, and the younger guys are through our program. All right, our football team is bought in with this staff, and it's been really, since we've started practice, things have slowed down for me. We're coaching, So on the sideline, I had trouble seeing a couple times. I was moving around a little bit, but the energy is awesome, with our team. So there's a couple things I got to do a little bit better, on the ball gets down the high red zone and getting my call sheet. I had a couple times it's in the wrong pocket. I got to get my system down. And these new pants there's no back pockets, and so I got to get with Coach York on a couple times. I couldn't get the right call sheet out of the pocket a couple times, but so I'm disappointed, but I'm darn proud of the guys fighting. So
you're much more positive than I would have anticipated. The first game as a head coach, and it's a big opportunity, and it doesn't play out your way, and you're extremely positive.
Well,
Why is that?
that's just, check. You call my cell phone and I don't answer my voicemail. It says right on there, blood types B positive. I'm a glass half full guy. There are times I get down. Everybody gets down, right? But you got to get back up, and this football team makes it easy for this staff to do that. I mean, it's a greatest bunch of dudes. I enjoy coaching them, and this staff. So I was actually, it's 29-9, and the guys are battling, slapping each other on the shoulder pads. So it's pretty easy. And I know it's not going to get any easier schedule-wise. We're going to get better, and then I don't know what the Texas score was against Lafayette. That's 2 weeks away. And then Northwestern, our guys are going to, that's 24 hours, and let's get better each week. And let's keep building on our chemistry, and we're going to have a great product. I really believe that.
Coach, is there anything that you may feel you may have been underprepared for this week that you can be, focus more on going into next week and the week after that, and kind of become more prepared for as the season goes on?
Just from a scheme standpoint, two things. The too high shield is totally, and it probably makes sense that they just thought, hey, well, our front six and a half guys can hold up against Ohio. And Dino, after the game, he was very complimentary of the physicals of our team. I thought, back to your question, the too high stuff, the staff did a good job on the adjustment. Now, just from a defensive standpoint, listen to Ron talk to the guys at halftime. They had a little motion with number 47 that we had not seen, and Ron wants to get that cleaned up. We're still struggling with that a little bit in the third quarter. He was almost like a fullback, but they're still in shotgun. And a little bit of buzz motion. Yeah. And we had some trouble fitting up a few gaps in the fourth quarter there. So learning just from that, those are two things. But practice-wise, I think we had our team ready to go, played fast. I thought our conditioning held up for the most part. We did have maybe one cramp. I think Gary Hoover was a cramp. But I think we're on schedule for we're coming off a hot August and a physical game against an ACC team.
Did you catch up with Frank before the game?
I did, and I told the team, I had Coach come talk to the team yesterday, and it was, it's great, a couple of good stories to the team, but I was up in the office today doing my game prep, about that was about a 2 hour window. That was kind of a routine thing. We kind of split up staff-wise, and I'm making my notes, and Coach pops in the office, and he was nervous. I've never seen Coach nervous, and he was nervous. He's going to probably kill me for saying that, but that made me nervous because Coach was nervous. So I just walked out of there and I said, you know what, I'm going to take a little walk, and because I never seen Coach like that. He had a little bit of a stutter like I had. So I just took it off across the bridge and got about halfway and said, well, with this team, I told the guys, I said, you guys, I'm not nervous. Coach is, it was pretty cool, to be honest with you. Trying to come right back and got back to studying. And because this football team is, gives this staff all the confidence. So I wish we could have got it done and got a touchdown in there, put some pressure on Syracuse. I think it would have affected them a little bit because, on the road and playing us, and we just couldn't get it done, put some more heat on.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, everyone. Coach.
Thank you very much.
He was nervous because he was nervous because it was the first game in 50 years that he had no business in preparing for that he was going to watch.
Yeah. Great crowd, man. Wow. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Coach.
you, Tim.